Kieran Tierney could be on the verge to leave Arsenal in the summer. Question mark. A story has been revealed that there is a certain Premier League club and other clubs down in Spain and Serie A that are really monitoring up the situation of Kieran Tierney at Arsenal, and obviously we are going to come in and really do the needful onto that. There is a 17-year-old striker who was I think was the top scorer in the under-20 championship of South America, and he scored 6 goals in 8 matches with an assist, known as Victor Rokani, 17 years of age, playing for Atletico Paranaense in Brazil. Arsenal are battling for his signature with Barcelona. Ridiculous fee put onto his head, and obviously Arsenal are really trying to go ahead and really do the needful. The boy is really the deal that everyone would love to go on and reckon with in the future, because he looks like he's the hottest asset right now from the Brazilian side, having signed a player known as, what is his name? The other 16-year-old boy that Real Madrid signed. I think I've forgotten his name, but you know him very well. They signed him for 65 million euros, but the good thing is that this one is going to go for less. And last, we are going to discuss about a BBC journalist who has come out and really told us that Arsenal are not only playing like champions, they are not looking like champions, but they are playing like champions, and obviously they have everything to go ahead and do to sit either win this trophy. So welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be, and smash the black button that has the word subscribe and hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now, there is a story being brought to us by the Footy Insider concerning Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney is one of those players, you'll know that he's not happy at Arsenal. Obviously, no player is happy when he's not playing games. At the age of 26, I think 25, 26, he has hit his prime. This is the time he's supposed to be playing in for Arsenal very, very many times. And he has been disturbed by injuries for the past of the seasons, but this time around, he has been trying to keep himself fit and making himself available for the manager Mikel Arteta. And as things stand, looks like the manager Arteta has already made his decision that Kieran Tierney, you are nowhere near good to playing for my team, because you can only come on to play as a substitute in the last 5-10 minutes, but you are not good to start for my team. And when did he orchestrate this? In the game of Liverpool, when Zinchenko was injured, do you know what the manager did? The manager went ahead to bench Kieran Tierney, who was fully fit, and played Tomiyasu to really pocket Mohamed Salah, and he got it right, and Tomiyasu pocketed Mohamed Salah at the Emirates. And he has only gotten one sure way or one sure deal of playing the game of football, especially in the UEFA Europa League. And when you look at a player like Kieran Tierney, he would love to be playing game in, game out. And this has led to a team known as Newcastle so far in the Premier League to be really looking at him as one of those replacements to go in and really come in and take over the left back position that Target plays at Newcastle. And we've been told by Footy Insider that Newcastle United are closely monitoring Arsenal left back Kieran Tierney. He is highly regarded by Edu and the coaching staff, with his versatility and experience valued highly at St. James's Park. Now, this boils into 2 or 3. First and foremost, do you think Kieran Tierney will be okay with the move away from Arsenal? I believe yes, because nothing he's gaining without playing the game of football. You know, these players are really different in their mind. They're not like African players. If Kieran Tierney was an African player, because most African players go for money, and he would have said, right, I'm earning some good amount of money, I've just renewed my contract at Arsenal, why should I find myself really leaving the club of Arsenal? But a player like him, whose mentality is focused on playing the game of football, game in, game out, he will always come out and stay out of a club that doesn't give him enough football. And is there a chance for him to come in through and really play for Arsenal? I doubt, because even when Zinchenko is injured, he doesn't get enough playing time apart from playing the UEFA Europa League. In the league, the manager opts for Tomiyasu to play as a left back, and yet he's not left-footed. Yet Kieran Tierney is there. He's like sending him a message that you are not fit to be in my team. You are not fit to be in my team. So I think he has all reasons to really find himself out of the team of Arsenal. And secondly, there is a player known as Nuno Tavares, whom I believe he's tailor-made for the Premier League. He's a very good player, tall. His skill set is beyond that of Kieran Tierney, and he's that player that you can see that he can come up and act as a backup for Zinchenko, because Zinchenko sometimes gets injuries. But I think Nuno Tavares is press resistant, good, scoring goals, even in the French, even in the league. Even the French League One is having 6 goals this season and some good assists on him. It shows you how good this player is, Tavares. And I think Kieran Tierney's future is within doubt. I know Arsenal fans will come out and say, but Nuno Tavares is erratic. He costed us a season. Guys, at his age, coming in from the Premier La Liga and coming to the Premier League to play and be confident, he did what he was supposed to do, and I think it costed you close to 2 or 3 games only. But I think he needed a loan away from Arsenal to go to Marseille, gain confidence, and I think in the summer, Kieran Tierney is going to say goodbye to us. I'm going to be one of those people who is going to be surprised if at all Kieran Tierney doesn't leave a side known as Arsenal. And to me, it's not only Newcastle, Real Madrid, we are looking at him as a replacement for Marcelo, but they've gone ahead to sign a left back from the Spanish league. I think they're looking at him. But Juventus, Inter Milan retain interest in this Scottish international. Newcastle is yet the other rival coming in through to show interest in the player known as Kieran Tierney. And if at all you are Newcastle and you want Kieran Tierney, it shows you that they've elevated and they can convince players like Kieran Tierney to play for them, because they are now placed 5th, and I think Spurs have gone ahead to play 2 more games than them. That puts them in a position of really attracting players like Kieran Tierney because of his experience and his mentality that Eddie Howe is looking at. So I believe Kieran Tierney won't say no to this move, and Arsenal will cash in because they can get close to £30 million from a player known as Kieran Tierney, and that will help them balance up their books as they are getting in more money to try to spend on a left back. And secondly, Kieran Tierney and his agent might have cooked up this story to say to it that to put Mikel Arteta on pressure that if you don't give us enough playing time, you are leaving the club. But I think if that is their move, it's really miscalculated in the wrong direction, because Arteta is nowhere near getting convinced that this guy should be part of his team. As very many players have left Arsenal, the likes of Aubameyang, Mesut Ozil, David Luiz, Kolasinac, Guendouzi, Hector Bellerin, I think he's also on the verge of leaving Arsenal, because I don't see how he stays at Arsenal, because if Mikel Arteta is known to consider Nuno Tavares and sell him, I know he's going to go in and sign in another left back to come in the side of Arsenal, because he can't play that inverted play very well. Cutting side with the half spaces really makes him hard, but he's good as a flying left back wide. Yet Mikel Arteta wants a player who is really press resistant and obviously doing the needful to cap up and really cope up with the game of play. So that is the story coming in from Footy Insider. Kieran Tierney looks like he's the verge of leaving Arsenal, as Newcastle have shown interest in signing the player known as Kieran Tierney. And he's not happy. He's not happy because no player is happy when he's not playing minutes. You saw what happened to Ronaldo at Manchester United. He left because he thought that he was not being played enough, yet Erik ten Hag was making sure at least he gives him some minutes in every game that United played. Now, after that, Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to confirm to us that Arsenal have sent scouts to Brazil. And when you hear Brazil and Arsenal, I think you know what it means. Edu at Arsenal, he's really obsessed about Brazilian talent because of their style of play, their technique, their talent. Obviously, he loves them. And obviously, him working as a sporting director for Arsenal, he'll make sure that he brings in very many Brazilian players as possible, because these people just practice patriotism, but it's right patriotism. He's not going to bring in a player whose prospect is not really way up there to be reckoned with in the Premier League. But this guy, 17 years of age, known as Victor Roque, is really one of those that you would look at and obviously know you need to have him into your team. At the age of 17, he's scoring goals left, right, and center. I think him and Endrick are really great. Yeah, I've gotten the name back. Hendrik is that boy, 16-year-old that signed for Real Madrid and might join in 2024. Now, Fabrizio Romano has told us that Arsenal have sent their scouts to watch Victor Rokani. However, it's the same for the top 5 European clubs. Barcelona want to sign Rokani. He's on their list. Atletico Paranaense are looking to receive another 60 million euros, so it won't be easy for any club. Now, Arsenal going in for a 17-year-old, and they're trying to really send scouts and really view him. This boy is talented. Victor Rokani is 17 years of age. In the recently concluded Under-20 South American Championship, he scored 6 goals in 8 matches and created 1 goal. When you look at him, he's tailor-made for the Premier League. He has a very good physicality on him. He understands the assignment of putting the ball at the back of the net. He scores from everywhere. Outside the 18-yard box area, inside the 18-yard box area, clinical on beating keepers on one-on-ones. He's just a revelation. He's just a generational talent if I totally look at him, and I think he just needs to get himself nurtured. And his agent will play a very big role in him really choosing which team to go to. But Arsenal are really showing good interest. But 60 million euros for this player, obviously they'll call for that amount of money because Hendrik to Real Madrid went in for 65 and he's nowhere near this guy. This guy is really good. Very, very good. I think he's better than Hendrik. However much Hendrik is also good, but this one is good. And they're calling in for 60 million euros. Now, does it make sense for Arsenal to spend 60 million euros on a player who is just 17 years of age? To me, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Right now, that Enrique guy is not a kind of player you bring in that team of Arsenal and obviously leads the line. I think a 60 million euro player should be a player that you bring in when he's going to bring instant impact to your club of Arsenal. And Arsenal needs to go in and really sign in another striker that is really proven, like Gabriel Jesus, not to rely on Edu Arteta. I know nowadays people are not so much briefed about what used to happen in the past, but let me take you to the past. In the days of Arsene Wenger, he once had Nicolas Anelka, Thierry Henry, Sylvain Wiltord, and Dennis Bergkamp. He always had 4 strikers. And for any elite team, it should be having a minimum of 3 strikers. So Arsenal are really having 2 strikers, and they are short of 1 or 2. Sending scouts for Victor Rokani in Brazil is okay, and let them try out their luck. But I don't see Arsenal spending 60 million euros on this player. I don't see them do that because I rather bring back Florent Barrogan, proven in the French League 1, to come in and really take that spot over right now instead of spending that amount of money onto that player. I can't. But we are waiting to see what is going to happen. But even Barcelona is trying to go all out and really gate in a player known as Victor Rokani from a side called Panarese. And we've been told by Mundo Deportivo that Barcelona see Victor Rokani as Lewandowski's long-term successor. He would cost around 35 to 40 million euros. And the player's agent promised that Atletico Paranaense will facilitate payment formulas. Now, Mundo Deportivo is saying for 35 to 40 million euros, and Fabrizio Romano is telling us 60 million euros. To me, I believe Fabrizio is right because Palmeiras had just sold Enrique to Madrid for 65 million euros, and the initial deposit is 40 million euros. Now, is this boy, Victor Rokani, old teenager, one of those players in the levels of Neymar? I doubt, because for Neymar, they bought him a ridiculous amount of money from Santos that no one came near to really even reveal the cost. But they said it was really a very transfer deal with an astronomical fee attached to it. So I believe Victor Rokani is really a very good player, but I think he has not yet reached that level to cost 60 million euros. To me, to sign a player who is 17 at 60 million euros, I will never side with it, because there are very many other proven players that are really at that level that can come in at Arsenal and do the job. Right now, Arsenal doesn't need a one for the future. Arsenal needs a finished product. If I'm Arsenal, I can even go in for Ivan Toney. I think at 60 million euros, you can get Ivan Toney from Brentford. That's it. You can get him. And it's a different striker altogether who can really help you a lot when you're not having Gabriel Jesus. That's it. So, even if it's not him, there are very many other strikers that Arsenal can get. You get to put them in a position of really scoring very many goals that Arsenal look like they are missing out on many. You look at Edu Arteta missing out on chances in the game of Man City and in the game over Aston Villa. It shows you that they need another prolific striker. Then after that, there is Garth Crooks coming in from BBC. He has really given Arsenal a very good goal for the title, and he has said Arsenal are not just looking like champions, they are playing like champions. Having lost to City in midweek, a defeat Tottenham and Chelsea fans enjoyed immensely and come back from behind, not once but twice, away from home is the staff of champions. So he's saying Arsenal are not looking like champions, but they are playing like champions, especially that game of Aston Villa. In that game of Aston Villa, coming behind and then scoring 4 goals to win that game of football, that is what champions do. If at all you want to know what champions do, go ahead and really make searches of what United was like when they're winning the title, Man City, and very many other teams. Arsenal have gone ahead to make a very big comeback. And I've read a certain story, I think it was written by the Telegraph, that from relief to belief, that a win against Aston Villa, even if it ended 2-1 or 3-1 or 3-2, it would have been okay. It would have been a relief for Arsenal that, all right, we've bounced back. But the way they won that game of football just pushed them from the level of relief to believing more that this is possible. And I know there is a lot of warm atmosphere in that dressing room of Arsenal because they came back to win by 4-2. And the way they really won, the style of play, they never played programmatically to get a win. They just continue to go on and really play the way Arteta wants them to play. They're not like Man City. Man City against Arsenal, they played programmatically and they got a win. You get, they went away at Nottingham, they tried to play well, they lost the game of football. So that is how ugly it gets every time you try to really figure out results in a way you don't supposed to figure them out. But when you look at how Arsenal played against Man City, they even had a chance to come back and really win this game of football if at all Edu Arteta was clinical. Bukayo Saka had 2 chances. Xhaka had a chance in a shooting range, he never shot. So Arsenal had a chance to do a comeback. They did against Aston Villa, but I think pressure was so much on them. This time round, they came back and really gave their fans a very well-deserved win. So guys, what are your thoughts about Garth Crooks of BBC? Do you think Arsenal are not only acting like champions and playing like champions? React to that in the comment section below. Kieran Tierney, would you let him leave Arsenal, or you would really keep him at Arsenal? And lastly, Victor Rokani, would you go ahead and call in for 60 million euros for a 17-year-old striker from Brazil to Arsenal? All right, that's what I had for you here onto the Rokani Media Football. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Rokani David remains my name, and let's keep it. This channel continue subscribing because we are less by 40 subscribers to hit 12,000 subscribers. So guys, continue subscribing and let's see us hitting 12,000 subscribers before the end of today, and that will be another huge milestone. May the Lord bless you abundantly. Second video of the day, more is yet to come, flowing from the headquarters of Rokani Media Football, from yours truly, Rokani David, and here I am to bring you the second video, and I'm waiting for your comments in the comment section below because I know some people love Kieran Tierney, others don't like him at Arsenal, some hate Nuno Tavares, others don't like him. So, thank you for watching again. I'm out for now, and good evening.